Yay. Hello.
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
I'm good.
Me three. It's a cloudy day in LA, and I'm happy about it because I prefer the cloudy days
Over the
blazing out.
super
Okay,
sunny
no,
one.
yesterday it was in the 80s in December, and I was like, that's hot
Really?
even for here. Usually it's like at least 60 by this point, and like you can kind of wear a sweater, but like
Mhm.
I was at pole class and everyone was like just falling down the pole. We were like super sweaty, like because the pole, it gets when the weather changes, it gets harder and different to like hold on to it, and then your skin's different, and it's just there's always like an hour of adjustment before anything actually fucking works.
Really?
And it drops like 20 degrees, and then humidity does it too. It's super annoing.
I did not know that.
Interesting.
There's so many physics you don't think of. Mare, hello. Hi.
Yeah.
We
It's
How
been
are
forever.
you?
hello. How are you? We're good. Hi, Miriam. How you doing?
We talked about how we announced this live stream just a few hours before.
We planned it like a week ago, and then literally I got home last night and was like, everyone else is asleep. Oh fuck. I have to get this together. Ah, hello,
Melissa.
Maza. How are you? Hello, Steffi.
Oh, Steffi,
Yes.
we forgot to announce it.
Yep.
Yeah, for real. That one was on us.
Mhm.
It's fun. Hey, we were not on time, so it's all right. Oh my
They're
god.
being more prepared than me.
Hello. Hi. This is like okay, so this is the most views we've gotten on a live on mine in a while. So maybe we should do
So
it.
we
at
need
this
to really just
more
start
often.
doing those 2 p.m. lives.
That's
I
true.
suppose.
I guess.
On a Monday.
On a Monday, I know.
Okay.
Well, it's my Sunday, but I don't know.
Wait, why?
Hot because I don't.
Wait.
My work week is Tuesday to Saturday, so
Okay,
Got
so
it. Okay.
I've been waiting to ask you this, Emily. What was your final rating?
It was 4.5 stars.
I'll take it.
I will take it.
Now,
Take it.
okay, because like so okay, wait. So like when I was reading it, I think with this, I was talking to Hugo about this actually yesterday. I think I need to reread this book like
Mm-hmm.
soon-ish. I need to like let it simmer, and then I think I need to reread it because like I think part of it was that I listened to the beginning with the audiobook, and that was probably a mistake because I really wasn't digging it with the audiobook. And then I didn't have any more of the audiobook to listen to, so I just started reading it. And I did like it infinitely more, but I do think that like for me, I think it was the wrong time to read it,
Mm-hmm.
like for like where I am right now, because this is a book that I think I want to sit with. And I kind of ended up having to like speed read most of it because I was like so behind and like was feeling like kind of stressed about finishing it in time because I've been like working so much and everything. And so I feel like I wanted to sit more with the characters and like what they were experiencing, but I really couldn't because I was like, crap, I have 100 pages and a day to finish it. So yeah, so I think I ended it at 4.5 stars, but like I actually like really did enjoy reading it and the story of it. I just think like it didn't have the impact on me that I was really hoping that it would have, that everyone was talking about that it would have. But I think that if I reread it, it might be there that second time. I don't know if that helps. Is that an
I
okay
think it's
answer?
better on a reread.
It was better the second time for me too, even though it was a 5 stars sobbing in my room the first time. It was
It just like reassures that like no, you're right. You weren't emotional when rating it. I rate stuff emotionally so much, and then I'll go back and read it. I'll be like, did it warrant this? No.
That's funny.
Definitely. I do the same. Although I will say I did guess the ending.
Yeah?
We'll get there with spoilers, but I'm curious on like which ending part you guess.
Okay.
Me
All
too.
of it. But yeah.
All of
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Sorry.
excited to hear. Okay. I'm excited to hear. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a similar ending, but I didn't have like, because there's no way that like, I don't know. It's just there's no way like time travel-y, well, not time travel-y, but like, time limited mystical like shit like this doesn't ever have like, it's hard to really wrap that in a bow very well. So I was sure that I was like, but at the same time, I didn't expect that bow,
I just remember being like this far from the end and panicking my ass off the first time I read it. I was like, there's no way to resolve this and this. And I was like crying.
Oh no.
I was stressed. Not this time. I
I
was like, oh, this is
love
so
it.
good.
Right.
Chloe's
wow.
here.
So should I do my little Emily's corner?
Please do your Emily's corner. We
Emily's
haven't explained what this book's about. We just
Yeah, we're talking ending, and we have not synopsisized it for anyone that hasn't read it. So,
if you haven't read it,
I mean,
you should read it like now.
this will be like a spoiler-free like kind of idea of like what the book is. Obviously, you can read like the Goodreads summary or whatever, but like basically, we have a young woman named Addie Larue or Adeline, and she is 23 years old, and she's about to be married to a man that she does not want to be married to, and it's in like the 1750s, 60s, something like that.
I'll check.
Keep going. Pre-French Revolution, like the French Revolution hasn't happened yet. So, on the day of her wedding. Wait, which one is it?
1714.
Oh, that's way older than I thought it was for whatever reason.
She was born in like 1690.
Oh yeah. That audiobook. I'm sorry, I didn't. So on the day of this wedding, which also I think is like her birthday or something. Was it on her birthday?
I don't remember if it was her birthday or if it was like around her birthday.
Yeah, something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So
it wasn't.
No, yeah, it wasn't. It's just
I don't know. I'm just gonna say like the day of their anniversary. Their anniversary is my birthday, and I was like, do I share a birthday with Addie? And I don't. I share a birthday with their anniversary.
Wait, you're telling me that the anniversary isn't her birthday?
No, because like he's like, oh hello, and she's like, my birthday's in March.
That's right. That's right.
I missed that on 2 reads. I missed that 2 reads.
So on the day of the wedding, she like runs away, and there's like this old witch in town named Estelle, and she says like she prays to like the pagan gods and everything, and she warns Addie like don't pray to the gods that come after dark. And it just so happens that when Addie has like ran into this like nearby woods or whatever, the sun has set, and so she accidentally has prayed to this god, and she had been praying to the gods during the day, but none of them had answered, and finally someone does. It just so happens to be this kind of like night incarnate devil sort of guy. They don't particularly say like who he is, but and they make a deal that she can live the life of her choosing, and in return he gets her soul, but she will live for like forever, and she will live forever, but she can't leave a mark on history, so she can't say her own name, she can't write it out, she can't create anything or destroy anything. Like there will be no like way for people to realize that she ever existed. And so she like lives through all these years, and then we meet her in present day 2014, and she runs into a man. He's way older than I thought he was in my head, because they said he turned 29 in the book. I thought he was like 24. So yikes.
See, I thought they were both 30 the first time I read it. This time when I was reading, I was like, oh yeah, she's only 24. Fuck.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So she runs into this man who is apparently old, and I did not think he was old. Sorry.
Because 29's old, totally.
Well, it's not that. It's that it's so close to 30. And I was like, listen.
30 is when life begins. 30 is when you finally have a free credit score.
Like, hi, Hugo.
Hello.
He just like it's not that 30 is old, it's that For in my mind, he was at most 25, 26. And then I went,
Mhm.
whoa, he's 29? This man is
This man has lived a
Ancient.
life.
he could be a doctor.
He's older than Addie at this point.
He could be a doctor.
So, okay, so they meet and he remembers her because one of the things is that if, she leaves someone's like field of view or whatever, like she becomes they don't remember her anymore. Anyway, so they meet again and he remembers who she is. And that is kind of like where the synopsis on like Goodreads and stuff like that kind of ends. But like I would say this book is very much a character study of Addie and then later Henry. It's a lot closer to like a Frederick Backman book. Like it's a lot more of like it's not plot driven. We're really just sticking with the characters through these little bits and pieces of their lives. And experiencing that with them in these little like screenshots of it goes back and forth between time periods and yeah, that is the book.
Comparing this to a Frederick Backman book is really smart.
Yeah, it's
like
like
the first thing I thought of.
If Frederick Backman wrote Time Traveler's Wife, that is what this book is. It's so good. It's so good.
I never made that connection before.
Oh, see,
yeah, it's just very character driven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, those are like two of my favorite books ever. So when I read this, I was like, this is my shit. This is gonna be my shit. Exactly.
I think part of the reason this wasn't 5 stars for me is because I really did think it was going to be plot driven. I thought it was going to lead somewhere with Luke, who is the name that the like devil demon guy kind of bestows upon himself as like Addie's childhood love.
Mine too. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Steffi, but I hope it is.
No, she's talking about Luke.
I am a slut for an evil god. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway,
well, I really thought it was gonna have something. I really thought it was gonna be more about something along those lines, and I think I was surprised at how little happened in the book. And I think that might have like been one of the reasons why it wasn't as highly rated, because I think my expectations of it were just different than what it ended up being, even though it was still really well done. And I did love the flowery language of the book. It felt very beautiful, but it was still easy to read and understand. But I think that might have been why it kind of subverted my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk like because do we want to like talk like favorite non-spoilery, light spoilery elements of the book and why we would pitch it before we spoil the shit out of it?
Sure.
Okay.
Gotta think for a second.
I mean, mine is just that it's the two, Addie and Henry, who are like, well, yeah, as you said, Henry's the dude that finally remembers her. They're both on page, fully fleshed out, like dating and falling in love with multiple genders, bisexual characters, and and neither of them are toxic stereotypes, and they're just like, it's so good. It's so good, and it's such a like, I just think it's a really wonderful way to write bisexuality on the page, and it's a great way to use like 400 years worth of story because it was so good. It was so good.
Definitely.
I just really enjoyed that. I was a little nervous that the every time that you leave she leaves your field of vision, you fully forget she exists. I was worried that was going to be hokey the first time I read it, and I was worried it was going to be hokey when I reread it. Because for people I guess that don't know, Kelsey and I have both read this before. I have a reading vlog of it that I think is like a year old on my channel, so like don't judge it.
I have a review of it on my channel too.
Yeah. But it still wasn't hokey. It still stood up, and I really enjoyed that development. What are y'all's favorite stuffs?
For me, it's probably just because it hits me every time. Just the beauty of life that's like just taught throughout this book. And like
Mhm.
the little ways you can, because it makes you like appreciate the little things and the little ways you can make an impact. Like you can
Mhm.
write your name somewhere, you can draw on the sidewalk, and then I'll be there for a while. And like it's just like the butterfly effect. And I don't know, it makes me cry every time. Just like life is so beautiful, especially with Henry, who is like just been like life, and then he meets Addie, and like she kind of helps him like realize that there's so much more to it, and just like the little things, and just that lesson hits me every time.
I loved the like her in the paintings. I don't think that's super spoilery, or it doesn't really have
It's not,
anything.
because she finds ways to make a mark.
And yeah, tell
Yeah.
the paintings, because that's my
Tell them.
favorite, and I almost started crying. Also, Miriam says it was a really, really good summary, so good job.
Oh,
There you go.
I think I loved the aspect of like the paintings and how like her freckles were like the way that she was recognized. I thought that was cute.
They're the
I think
constellation.
yeah, which I really liked, but I also thought it was a little bit heavy-handed. Like it kept coming up. Like I think V. Schwab said it like 100 times in the text, which I was like,
Agreed.
okay, we get it. Like every single time there was a painting mentioned, every single time someone mentioned the way that she looked. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. I don't think I would look at someone and the first thing I would say is, "Oh my God, you have 7 freckles." Like I don't think that would be the first thing I would notice about someone. Like
No,
but whatever.
I noticed that my second read, like this is the recent one, I didn't notice it at first. I was like, man, they're really hammering in
Yeah, like they're just like, this bitch has 7 freckles, and that's it.
And that's
And,
all.
and that's all people see when they see her. They're like, wow,
Oh my God.
freckles. You have 7 of them. That's amazing. Sorry. Which again, I think it's like a really unique aspect of Addie's character, and I really liked it and everything. It was just so heavy-handed, like every single time. And the fact that like that was her defining feature, which I just don't understand that, which like because it's not even that many.
Maybe because it's specifically 7 and not 6. I don't know. People have a thing for odd numbers.
Well,
I don't know.
7 is like I mean, if you like look up like the meaning of the words of the number 7, like there's like a lot of meaning behind that number, which is fine, and I totally get it and everything, and like I just but like the freckles, I would have assumed it would have been something like her eyes or her hair or like I don't even know, just but that's just me. It's okay. I'm sorry. I just thought
like really prominent.
Like, are they that big? Like, are they huge freckles? Like,
maybe they have the line like connecting them, like the thing.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
stamped the constellation.
So I loved the paintings. I also loved oh crap. There was another scene and it totally evaded me.
Wait, but the paintings though, it's all like actual real, like they're all like they are all lovers of hers, correct? That like end up painting her, and that's
or people who have seen her and been like, wow, I need to paint you.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, keep going though. There was something more.
There was another scene I was thinking of, and it's honestly evading me right now. I really liked Henry's character. I remember what it was. I really loved. Well, it's a spoiler. I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I'll come back to it. I got stuff to say about Henry if I remember.
Oh, I love Henry so much.
He was very sweet.
I not to spoil, but I was also very worried that it was going to be hokey of like, how can he see? How does he remember her and whatever? And the actual solution to it was way better than I expected.
I agree. 100%. I was worried that like it was going to be like some hokey thing like well, they're just really in love, and when you like someone that much, then you remember them.
The stars.
I mean, I was kind of hoping it would be like a past life situation.
Ooh.
Like that he died, but his soul like came back or something. I don't know. That's kind of what I think was in my head.
His past life was he was the guy she was supposed to marry.
Can you
Yeah,
That's not true.
imagine?
That's not true. If you haven't read
Not
it, don't listen to me.
Uh,
but like that's kind of where I thought it was gonna go, and then it wasn't, which I'm not upset about at all. Like that's
mhm,
fine. It's literally fine. But I did like the way that V. Schwab accomplished it. I didn't think it was like overdone or anything like that. So
mhm.
Mhm.
I also really enjoyed the idea of like living like almost because she gets the whole deal is that Addie gets to choose when she will die eventually.
Mhm.
And like for those that haven't read it, Luke, who's the god that she made a deal with, shows up like on the anniversary that they made the deal.
My
Um,
birthday.
yeah, your birthday. And it's like, hey, do you hate life yet? Do you want to give me your soul and die and be happy? Are you done? Do you want, are you done? Except like way better than that. And she almost starts like at first she's like, no, I love life. And then she's like, I hate life. And then eventually she like is like, no, I'm gonna choose to love life almost as a rebellion
Mhm.
against you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
like
punk
like
rock.
the first time, like she had like the worst year ever, and he's like, "See, it sucks. Don't you want to give me your soul?" And she just goes, "I saw an elephant.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome, and I'll see so
Hmm.
many more thanks to this gift."
Right. And
Hmm.
like she can literally live forever. She can see everything.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
and even like in the 2014 timeline with Henry, and they're like going around. She like just that line where she's like, "Man, after like 300 years, there's always something new to see."
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, think about it. Like she lived through so many revolutions and wars and like the technology changes and like women's rights and like
Mhm.
all of these different things that would allow her to, I mean, that she literally has gone from being someone who like if alone at night they thought she was a prostitute to like literally if she, if people had been able to like connect and like talk to her, like she could have been like a very successful like woman, like actually living her own life like she wanted in the first place. Honestly, that
Mhm.
almost would have been a better ending if he just like let her like live her life through the end, like let her
Mhm.
age. Like
Mhm.
I don't know.
I feel like I would, because when was this written? Was this written before? Hello?
No.
I just got kicked out of this. What's up?
You're still here.
I am? You
Yeah.
guys are gone. Someone tried to call me and oh, there we are. Someone called me and it kicked me off of my laptop. Um,
He's like, "You guys, I'm gone." And it's like, "I know,
I,
I'm here."
Oh my God, I can't see
I
anything.
I can't see a thing. I don't know. I feel like that my reservation there is just because I've already seen things online of people comparing because they're both named Addy basically, and people are, whatever, and they both have to do with time that people are all like, it's like invisible or it's like the age of Adeline or whatever.
No.
And that's oh, okay. Well, that's a really good book. But it's or a movie. And it's Blake Lively is this woman that gets in this accident and then suddenly doesn't age. So she's like just disappearing and it kind of follows her through her life. And then yeah, it's just that.
Yeah,
But
but these are both very different.
they're very different. They're
Mhm.
very different, but that I've already seen so many comparisons online just because yeah, that I'm like it would be
Hmm.
a very similar ending there, not to spoil it. I'm like I'm glad that it wasn't the same ending. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well,
Mm,
and I don't know what that is, so
I
it's
really
good.
do like the ending of this book.
I
I
do too.
love the ending of this book.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I think we got through most of our spoiler-free stuff because we already talked about by rep and general thoughts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
We
Do
want
we
to
have
start
any?
talking about a certain shadowy figure.
Let's do it. Tall, dark, and eternally evil. I'm in. Yes, please, my man. Uh,
Go ahead, lead us in.
Oh, Peterson, I was writing that down.
I was
All
writing.
dark and eternally evil. I was like, I gotta make a note of this. My
Exactly.
man. Okay, so we're talking about
Our man,
Luke.
you can have him on weekends. Going.
I love that he took the form of the drawing that Addie did. She always drew this man, like her dream man. I love that he took the figure and then took the name she associated with, just to
Mhm.
Mhm.
mock her. But then also not to just jump straight into spoilers.
Let's jump straight.
Just
This
like
is my
how
channel.
after they fought, he found Henry. He's like, "Oh, you're perfect.
Yeah.
She's got a type.
Mm-hmm.
You're perfect."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also we can talk about the Addie and Luke relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
Okay.
Any of you guys want to jump in on that?
It's so that's another thing that it's not a good idea. I did ship them at some points, even though I know it's not bad, but that's just because I was self-imprinting. Anyway, I love their like almost like it starts as like a hey, and then eventually just as the years go by, they keep coming and they almost gain like a mutual respect for each other, and that like these are the only, not only is she eternally alone, but eternally forever. He's also eternally alone and eternally forever. And she like, even though he's got other people that he's done this to, apparently, he says, he like they almost become each other's like only friend and only like confidant and only like companion, but then also still are like, I don't fucking trust you and I know you want me to die at the end. So like, no, and he falls in love with her. He straight up falls in love with her.
I don't know what's true anymore, because there are lines in the book, especially on the second reading, where you're like, oh, this might just be another ploy.
Oh no, it's totally another ploy.
It is. But I wanted to believe that they were two.
I wanted they're my
Schwab knows what she's doing because she wants the reader to feel that way.
Yeah.
That they want to be together.
That like he wants her. I know.
Listen,
he doesn't.
I don't think he does.
He doesn't, especially after their fight in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Where he just, like,
okay.
at her.
While I know that it's not a good idea and he might not actually love her, he doesn't love her. He just wants to manipulate her. I don't have the best track record of knowing the difference, and I find I can see where the seeds were set. The seeds were set,
It's just his defense mechanism. He's just trying to act like it doesn't bother him.
He might just be an emotionally manipulative evil god, but it's okay because he's hot. Anyway.
He's a black blob
right now.
Huh?
Is that your phone blowing up right now?
Yeah, it is. It's annoying. It's ticked me out visually again. But I got
Can you turn your volume down? I can't even think. You're so popular.
Well, my phone is off. It's my phone synced with my MacBook, and I don't know how to turn that off without turning you guys off.
No, that's all right. Okay.
Logan, I'll just text you a bunch right now to cancel it out.
I do not think he has feelings. I don't even know if he's capable of having feelings.
I don't think he is.
Oh, he isn't.
So, like,
I can change him.
No, she can't, but that's okay.
He loves her in his own way.
There's this like dark trope going on. I mean, like these this like enemies to lovers thing. And like I do get like the appeal to it, but I think in some aspects it really just glorifies like bad relationships.
Yeah, I think that's why I like this book's version of it, because it's very aware and you're not supposed to like it.
Oh,
and it calls you out for liking it.
Yeah,
right.
We're being sarcastic here. He's not actually the end game here.
No, but I do also appreciate that Henry wasn't the end game either.
Right.
She didn't have romantic feelings for him, but she was just like so grateful to finally have someone who understood her and like remembered her.
Yeah.
So that's just the character and relationships are so good.
So you think that she didn't actually have romantic feelings for Henry?
No.
Really? See,
I thought had that line. She had that line where she's like, I know I'm supposed to be feeling this, but I don't.
Oh. See, I missed that, or I must have interpreted it differently, because I thought that she did, but then in the end she chose like a very like, I'm choosing myself and my own, life, and also choosing your chance at life rather than...
No, I think she loved what he represented.
That's true, yeah.
Like she didn't love him like as a person, but she she loved him in a way like, oh, I love you like a friend. I
Mhm.
want you to have these opportunities.
Yeah. Mhm.
I think she also saw like, okay, wait, because we're going full spoilers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yes. Mhm.
deep.
Because like she saw the fact that like he was gonna like, so she's lived 300 years, right? And she saw that he was like literally he was donezo, he was done for, he was gonna die,
Mhm.
right? And I think she saw in him like the freedom that she wanted to have, and he like was in his own cage, right? And so she
Mhm.
was kind of like, I think even though she was, you know, 23, like physically, I think she like saw in him like the fact that like she was there and was gonna like, I'm messing up my words, but like I think it was like her way of being like, let me like save you because I couldn't save myself, sort of a
Yes,
thing.
no, you're so right.
Definitely. I think it's also very because like his so I guess trigger warning, this book does deal with a lot of like depression and wishing that one wasn't alive and things like that. So the but the pact that the reason why Henry can remember her, if we're fully spoiling it, is because he also made a pact with
Mhm.
Luke the god about it was when he's about to die.
Yeah.
And it's that because he's had like just basically like a life of constantly falling short and like not really being able to amount to anything successful. So he makes a deal that he um it's I can't remember what the
It was
exact
after
Everyone
his failed proposal, and he was like, I
yeah,
just want to be loved.
I just want to
everyone
be
who
loved.
sees
Yeah.
him loves him for what,
Mhm.
you know, what, not necessarily romantically, but like they just he can
They
do no
see
wrong.
what they want to see, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that he's accepted and therefore loved.
yeah, and everyone that looks at him sees they almost imprint what they need out of love or out of life onto him. And it's a really interesting thing because then he gets it doesn't fully help because he's like everyone's loving what they want to see in me, but none of them are actually loving me for me,
Yeah.
which is now my head just went, that's what you were talking about, Kelsey. I was missing the point. It's fine. But yeah.
No, with his friendship with B, this really hit me the second time. Just the lines with B, where he was like, because she kind of kept treating him the same in a way. He was like,
Right.
Mhm.
why, like, what do you see when you look at me? She's like, you're a great listener, Henry, and he's like, oh, I'm not. So the curse is affecting her.
Yeah,
I'm not a good
it's
friend,
mm,
and she saw a good friend in him, and that just, oh, Henry.
oh, but, like, she because his life is, like, kind not there, but, like, he has a chance at a life, Addie's like,
Mhm.
I think that was I agree, I think that's why Addie in the end is like, you need to be able there's still more out there for you, this isn't the end of it,
Right.
so
And she's lived enough of her life to be like, she's like, I've seen what I've needed to see. And like, I think she's willing to make that sacrifice for someone who, because she hasn't really been able to, you know, connect with another human being in the way that she's connected with Henry in, you know, 300 years or whatever.
mhm,
And, and so I think she finds this person and sees, you know, what he needs, and she decides like, okay, like this is, I've had enough because
mhm,
like he deserves it more than me, or you know, whatever it is. um
mhm,
yeah.
or even just he deserves it at all, he deserves a
Yeah,
chance to actually be loved for who he is and actually be seen for who he is, you know?
exactly.
Mhm,
Does
like
his curse end when
I don't remember. I
like
think
I he doesn't die, his soul doesn't get taken, but
Hmm.
do people still
Huh.
yeah, I don't know if it's ever said.
Maybe they. Oh, because Luke said deals can't be broken, but they can be altered.
Yeah, well, and the
So
deal
she
with
altered her deal, but did it alter his?
I
other
don't
than
know.
the fact that he doesn't die?
At least he remembers her.
Yeah,
Right.
the we're not gonna talk
Don't
the
mind
very,
me.
very ending yet, but we could do that eventually because
Yeah.
I so sad. Also, just the fact that they meet in a bookstore is, like, my ultimate, like, everything that that's so cute. It's so
The
cute.
fact that she stole a Greek copy of the Odyssey. He's like,
Yeah.
So freaking
what are
pretentious.
you?
And then he's like, what are you gonna do with that? She's like, I read Greek.
Yeah, she's like,
Like,
"What the fuck are you gonna do about it, sir?"
it's just funny. I was just like, could you imagine someone nowadays just, like, going into a bookstore and being like, "No, I speak, like, 15 languages. Yeah, I want this Greek copy of the Odyssey, but I lived it, so"
Yeah, she's like, "So I was
Could you
there, but"
could you imagine someone is, like, reading a book on the French Revolution and being like, "Bitch, I was there. It was nothing like this."
Yeah.
She goes to see Les Mis.
And she's like, "This is absolutely incorrect."
Oh my god.
I
She's like,
will
"Well,
say
I met Victor Hugo and blah, blah, blah."
mhm. That did yeah, I met Victor Hugo. He was good. The that vibe kind of gave me Wonder Woman vibes a bit, just kind of the same, which is another reason why I like this book. This is just all of my shit that I like in a book, so, like, I'm very biased. I think that, I don't know where my brain was going. It was with speaking Greek. I can't remember what it was. 'Cause, I mean, there are people that still read Greek, like, my boyfriend's family still reads Greek, which is
Right, no,
and
they
reads,
Mhm. It's
but it's
just
Hugo can
funny.
read Greek.
it's yeah, there you go. Eh eh it's just funny that, like, I don't know. Oh, I know where I'm going with this. I do like how, like, because, like, she was able to use the curse to her benefit too, and that, like, there was something sorry, there's something in my eye, but in the fact that they were, like, with, like, survival or things like that, since she can't really have a job, because
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
would forget, and she can't even sign her name on a contract, so she, like, survives by, like, stealing things, but then because, people will fully forget as soon as they turn away from her, they will just forget that she's there or that she stole, you know, and she can, like and it's weird what the curse applies to and what it doesn't,
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I don't know. I also just yeah. I also do think it's interesting how often she does like, when with, like, her different lovers that we meet her at the beginning, where, like, she's gone on a first date with this guy, like, 12 times, but every time
Mhm.
he forgets her because he falls asleep, so not in the field of vision, so then in the morning, it's always some version of the, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and she's like, "No, you're fine, you were drunk, it's alright." Like,
Yeah.
it's really sad, and I love it, but it's fine. I don't
Okay,
know.
wait. I think I found an answer. It's so I'm offering a trade. Let Henry go. Let him live. Let him remember me, and then
Ah.
I'm yours.
Oh,
But it
yeah.
doesn't say whether or not his curse ends.
I feel like it could be implied that it's curse end because it's like let him go, like give up his soul,
Okay.
and then you can have mine, but
Okay.
Mhm.
not only mine but me.
Well, and
Right.
also because with his original curse, he would have died that night anyway, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I
Right,
think
but
since
it was a question of does he die?
Right.
Like, does he get his soul ever,
I'm
or
gonna
do
say that
people
he got his soul back for my
No,
own
he gets his
sanity.
soul back, but do people still see him?
But if he got his soul back, it's like it traded because he in
Okay, 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 okay.
so
I'm with you.
people just see him.
she took contract law this semester. She's the best for this.
Yeah, I took law.
We love our
Kelsey
queen.
is the lawyer of the Bible Club, just so that we're an LLC now, and Kelsey's the only person holding
Can
us
I be the mascot?
Yeah,
Please, please do.
the firm mascot.
Oh my god. Anyway, though, what were we saying?
I don't know.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I had to find the line.
I don't okay. Oh, no, did he die?
No.
do people still see him
People
as,
like
like, what
can
they
see
was?
him normally, like with his soul now returned. I feel like the cold curse is done for him.
You know what's
Cool.
sad though? Is that, like, he made all these friends and, like, fixed the relationship with his family, and now that the curse is over, like, he's gonna go back to sorry, did I make you sad?
Why?
'Cause, like, now people like, he's not gonna be a good listener to B anymore, and he's not gonna be necessarily a good lover to Robbie, or even a good friend to Robbie, or, like,
It'll hurt, but it'll be
be a
real.
disappointment to his family again,
But he
and
knows what they want now.
No, I know.
She's learned how to be a good listener and a good lover.
It's
Also,
real. It's
Robbie is
real.
my
It's
phobic
better.
bitch, so I don't care.
Oh yeah, I don't like him very much. Why did
That
I get
was
such
who?
bad vibes from him? The friend,
Oh,
Rob.
Robbie?
Yeah.
Robbie. No, yeah, his lover that like he was with, but then had
No,
to
they're
break
friends.
up with because he wasn't loving him for him and shit. But also Robbie like straight up at multiple times is like bisexuality isn't real. So I was like, I don't give a
Yeah.
shit here.
That and also I just got real bad vibes from him.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like rude as hell multiple times for no reason to Addy.
Yeah. Every time they met.
Mhm.
Yeah, like they met so many times and every single time he was like, whatever, bitch. And I'm like, okay, dude, chill.
Right. Okay, hold up. So Miriam can't see the video. Can anybody else that's watching see us? Just to make sure. I mean, we are at 40 minutes anyway, but are we? Because I can see you too. Can you see me?
Mhm.
Oh, now it's working again.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
cool.
I was like, what if
Anyway.
we pretended we couldn't see Logan, guys?
That'd be so funny.
Where'd he go?
What if
That would
every
be
time they look at it, they look away from the screen, they forget that we exist? Yeah.
yeah.
It's fine. What a concept. But Robbie, and also Henry's curse, like the real life implications of no longer being perfect for everybody.
Yeah.
We were
I mean,
talking
it's
about.
in the long run, of course it's good. But I just thinking about that, like, right, like if he goes to see his family again and then they're gonna be like disappointed. I don't know. I feel like that would send me spiraling.
Yeah. Do they know that
Oh wait,
they were
but
cursed?
I'm sorry, but I guess to talk about the ending, Henry's a best-selling author now. I think his family would be proud of him.
You know
Oh,
what?
sure.
That's a really good point. I
I
totally
know,
forgot.
I forgot about it too. And I was like,
I
we're good.
forgot about that, but I still remembered the author part. I just forgot it was best-selling.
It was best-selling.
Okay, the like
Multi-million-dollar thing.
Can we talk about that? Because it's just
Thanks, Emily.
bringing up the good points. The good points. True. I mean, Emily's an author, so like she thinks about this shit. Anyway. She is. I'm not being sarcastic.
Rimo
This is actually
vlogs.
real, and I'm excited to read your book, and I'm gonna promo you on my channel.
It's
Because
coming
I'm
along.
promoting you on my
I have
channel.
the first drafts finished, but like editing is not. I haven't had time, but soon, hopefully.
Who needs to edit?
Me, it's bad. There are potholes.
Oh my god. But the ending. So I just should we just spoil the shit out of this?
Yeah, I
Like
thought
we
this was
haven't already.
Let's do it. Okay. So she made a deal that she was like, we will alter the deal. I will be your lover, Luke. I'll be with you forever or whatever.
For as long as you want me.
For as long as you want me, which is, that's,
What if it's like a week?
No, yeah. Well, okay, but the thing is, if
Look at
Sorry.
that's what I think her plan is her plan is gonna be to like eventually he's gonna get tired of me and he's going to release me. I hope that's what's happening in my head canon.
If I was Addy, I would make his life a living hell.
That's what Addie said she'd do.
Well,
Yeah,
right. Like I'd be like, I'm gonna be a piece of shit.
Yeah. So that Henry can live free and remember her. But then like we like pick up at the end that Addie and Luke own a bookstore.
Yeah.
And are like they work, they're working in said bookstore and shit.
What?
And oh yeah, no, that's the end. That's why
they were just at a random bookstore.
No, they own it. They run it. She works there. I'm pretty sure, right? Don't they?
The various clerks bustle about.
Don't they own it?
Displays. She lingers nearby.
Oh, maybe I just imprinted that she owns it now. I gave her some financial freedom.
They don't own it. They don't own it.
All right. Well, I want her to have financial freedom. I'm wrong. Corrections Corner. She doesn't own it. They're in a bookstore, and he wrote.
I just I can't get over Emily and I being like, we're calling
Well,
cap
and
on that.
I saw Emily, like, I thought you agreed with me, so I was like, I feel like I can't have made this up.
I was like, did I misremember? Like, okay, yeah, sure, they own it.
I was like, this is probably right? Okay, so they don't own it. I'm wrong. But
Well, I
again,
can
we're
see
on my
why, because
channel,
the
so we can
opening
make
sentence is the
mistakes.
bookstore is about to close.
Yeah. Also, if they're like immortal gods, basically, right? What the fuck are they doing at a bookstore in London together, like on a date?
You know,
Like,
Addie
what are
just
they doing?
she likes books.
Okay, and they're at the
Like, this is
bookstore
your
though,
one
and we see that he's got that there's this best-selling book called The Invisible Life of Annie LaRue. And
But it doesn't have an author name.
yeah, it doesn't have an author name because Henry wrote down her life story and made it a book so that she can be remembered.
Yep.
Oh, it's so cute. It's
I
so
loved it.
cute. It's just, it's so cute.
The way Luke wouldn't deal with owning a business.
Where are we? I
What do you
haven't.
mean, Luke?
He's barely good at
You're correct. They don't.
he's barely good at running his own business of like selling souls or something. Like
That's true. He really should have some sort of like an insurance plan by this point.
So,
but he
like,
doesn't.
honestly, what is up this guy's ass is my question. Like, I'm sorry, like just because you're like a night god or whatever doesn't mean you have to be a jerk about it.
Yeah, what are
Like,
his character motivations?
yeah, but that's what I don't. Here's the thing. Like, we get Addie and Henry who are like fully fleshed out. Like, and the thing is, I think Luke is pretty interesting, but he's just like, no, Matt, I'm evil.
Okay, no,
You
see,
evil,
that's
baby.
where this is where I think he does actually kind of love her, is because or at least respect her as a colleague, is because he's immortal and he's like bored and like, you know, strung out by the problems of immortality and whatever. And now, as if he blackmails people like the manipulator he is into selling their souls for immortality, then he has companions.
So
Whereas
what does he
doesn't
get?
without them.
He gets their soul, and I feel like there was a line
He like
maybe.
eats them.
Yeah, but he gets companionship for a while. He's toxic. Just because you like someone doesn't mean you don't eat them.
No, sorry, no, I'm just confused at like sorry, no,
No,
I get the concept of that, like he gets to go talk to people and like fuck with their lives or whatever. Like I totally am with that. But my question is like when he when he like comes to collect or whatever, right? And he like goes or whatever and he like eats them.
That's like, oh my gosh, that's like the anime Soul Eater where they're like,
no, he goes
this
like
soul's the
Stranger
juiciest.
Things. He's got like the Stranger Things monster going on where his whole body just goes.
Wait,
and
has anyone seen Soul Eater?
No.
That was my favorite anime.
Oh.
So, okay, but so my question is like, so when he collects the soul, what does he get? Does he get like power? That looks like the shark from Finding Nemo.
I thought it was the shark from The Little Mermaid.
So my question is like, is it like currency among the gods? Like,
I don't know.
Is it like does he get like money? Does he get like what's the motivation for eating these people's souls? Right, and then what happens to them? Do they just die? Do they die? That's literally Bruce from Finding Nemo.
It is.
I would love to see Luke work in customer service as well.
What if Luke has a customer service representative who's like, what if when he gets your soul, your immortal death is working in his customer service line as one of his employees and just forever.
Oh, wait, I think there was a line in the book about like the only time Luke mentioned like the other side, like God, if he was the devil, was that when I get the souls, I do something with them. But up there, they just put them on a shelf. Let them rest. It's such a waste of souls. So that was like one of the lines.
What's he using them for?
I don't know.
Because like listen, like if like he's like it's a waste of souls to like preserve them. Okay, great, fine enough. But like then what's he doing with them? Like is he
he places them in a little Barbie house.
He goes door to door and he sells them and he convinces other gods to join his multi-level marketing platform.
Does he have like a harem of souls of people? Like is he just like I have so many questions.
He gaslight
And
keeps girl bosses his way to owning the most souls on
he
the
really
top of
is
the
gaslight,
triangle.
gatekeep, girl boss in his way to the sun over here. Like
Mhm.
he is just
Yeah.
I think of all the characters, he's one of, like, the most interesting. Him and Henry,
Mhm.
actually, I think. And the thing is, I think we had a missed opportunity with Addie. I think she is a very interesting person, but I think she fell flat for me a lot of the time because, like, her motivation was gone because, like, uh like we meet her at the point in which she has already seen all the things that she's wanted to see. Like she's just trying to scrape by at this point, right?
Mhm.
Versus like if she was still in her prime of like seeing the world. I mean, like think about it. Like we have like airplanes and stuff now. We have trains, all of these different ways to see everything. Like and like we don't even scratch, half of the world. Like has she
Mhm.
not gone to China or Japan or the Middle East? Like we don't
Yeah.
even get to see like this whole other part of the world, like South America, like Australia, anything. And it's like, so did she really
Mhm.
just stay in France?
I know. I thought about that a lot my first time reading it, and on the second time, I was like, I guess it is easier as someone who can't be remembered to stick with a place you're very familiar in. And we also saw like snippets of how hard it is to
We
travel
travel. Yeah, it was
when you
very
Yeah,
don't
I suppose
know.
difficult.
that's
Because like she
true.
got kicked out of trains and stuff.
That is
So
Mhm.
true.
I
I
know
just
I went
yeah.
into it looking for opportunities to leave where she was familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
No, what were you gonna say? Sorry, keep going.
oh, no, it's okay. It's just like I feel like it's such a missed opportunity
I
to
know. No, I completely agree.
because like yeah, traveling and everything I suppose would be more difficult, but like she knows she can't die. Like she can't
Mhm.
It's true.
starve to death. She'll be hungry or tired, but she won't die from it. And so like part of me is like if she truly wanted to see the world, like we went to 3 different countries, maybe
Mhm.
4.
Mhm.
And, like, I just think it was a really, like, big missed opportunity to explore, like, all these different things because it's been 300 years.
No, I agree.
It's not like she's staying in one place for, like, 50 years, which is, half a lifetime. Like, she's
Mhm.
lived
That was her
6
in France for a
Hmm?
while. That was her in France for a while. She was
Yeah,
living
Was,
she
in
yeah.
France.
was. I mean, and she was in Paris. She did go to Italy.
Yeah,
She
I wish
did
I got more of Italy.
but, yeah, it's just I feel like there was like an opportunity that was like really
Mhm.
missed. And like there's so much history that happens over there like during the time period that she like
Yes.
lived there anyway. Like
I mean, I do that's true. It's not the end. She can travel
Mhm.
freely. I also though, I do think that, I do just think that I don't know, I kind of appreciate that we didn't do the entire world just because I feel like that runs the risk of having, like, a very shallow because we got a very deep understanding, I felt like, of the places
Mhm.
that she was at, and I prefer that over having, like, a more shallow version of all of them because then we could run the risk of, like, having inaccurate representations of the places or,
No.
like,
I feel
for
like we
yeah,
didn't even get a
even, like
representation of where she was anyway.
I don't know. I like it though. I don't know. I prefer the lonely observation type rather than like fully always because I loved the when she was new and exploring things. Like I loved that. I cried so many times. But I as a character, I don't know if maybe it's just because I like lonely I like lonely characters. But I really liked the like lonely having observed like older, wiser type of character moments more for
Yeah.
some reason. I
No,
don't
I
know.
agree with both of you so strongly. Like I agree with both. Like there are missed opportunities, but
Oh,
I am happy
definitely.
with what we got.
Mhm.
I just wish like Addie, like I feel like she had like coming from like an actor standpoint, right? Like if I
Mhm.
was playing a character like this, like I feel like it would be really hard to find her like motivation, right? Because like in the early days, it's a lot easier to understand what she's going for. She wants like this free life and everything. And I suppose part of it is the fact that she has the 300 years and she's like just trying to get by now and there's not really anything else to
Mhm.
do or see or whatever, and I do get that.
Mhm.
Um but I just think, like, she just became kind of flat near that point, like, when we met her in 2014, up until meeting Henry and everything, like, it just didn't seem like she really I don't know, I didn't really get a lot from her personally, like,
Mhm.
I got a lot
Uh-huh.
more from her in her earlier days.
And see, I had the
Yeah.
exact opposite. I got so much more from her now because
Mhm.
because it's almost like in 2014, she gets, like, when she's remembered again, that's like the spark of like, oh, there is still more. Even though I've
Yeah.
done everything, there is still more. And it kind of like reinvigorates it. I don't know, that's more. But again,
No, I do like that.
I connect way more to characters that are like rediscovering things than discovering things for the first time. So that's just purely from my,
No, and that kind of mirrors what Luke said. I did wish we explored this more because I thought it was just such an interesting thing where Luke's like, you're more like me than you are like them. Like,
yeah, for real. I love that.
are gone. And I wish we got to just kind of experience a little bit of that more.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you're not human anymore. You've lived like longer than any human is supposed to.
Yeah.
Right. I like that a lot.
I do too. I also, side note, now that you've said it, because you're coming back to actory things, I want you to play her. Just so you know. Just so you know. I'm like, you're in.
Addie is so powerful. Right now.
Huh?
Right now. I'll do my my little 7 stars.
Oh my god. She has 7 freckles.
Oh my god. She's like, I am Annie Larue, bitch. B.E. Schwab is a pen name. Anyway.
No, I think it might have been more powerful, like in my head, like when I'm thinking about it. Now I'm thinking like I want to see it as like a mini series. And I know we talk about that like every week, that like, or not every week, like every time we read a book, these past couple books, I've been like, oh, I wish I could have seen it like on like camera. But I think with this one, I want to see like the physical change in her from like being young and like so stubborn and so determined to be like, I'm gonna find life that's worth living. And then like 300 years later, where she's just like, now I'm stuck here, and like I'm not giving up, but like there's not a lot for me that I haven't experienced yet. And then to see that like reinvigorate with meeting Henry and that time that they have together. I also felt like we did not get enough time with them. Like, because by the time that they were actually together and like we saw them in chapters together, we kept going back to Henry's old life, which was super interesting. But then like we kind of lost this whole thing that was happening with Addy. And then I was like, by the time that we got back to like present day talking about like him and Addy together, I was like, I don't even remember what they're doing. How long have they known like I was like forgetting, did they meet 2 days ago, 3 weeks ago? Did they like I thought, if anything, like that layer there, I wish I don't know what I'm trying to say exactly, but I felt like I missed something, or like that, like we were missing time with them together, because I think then it just didn't feel right for her to like give up everything for him either, because I was like, how long have they known each other?
No, it's more of just not for him, but just because she sees in that the person she can help.
Yeah, that's true.
So because she doesn't have romantic feelings towards him. It's more like, I'm not letting Luke screw over someone who has so much to live for. Like, not again. Yeah, it's one of those things. And also, I'm your little adaptation news gal. It's getting a film, so we're getting a movie adaptation, and the director is set. It's the director of the person who directed the first episode of Euphoria.
Oh, nice.
So she's directing the Addie LaRue movie.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
So I'm curious to see it. I am very nervous because I do think this is a very like good like book.
I think that it's gonna lose a lot of the flavor, because a lot of the things that I liked about this book was the language.
Yeah.
I also like how a lot of I do think that this is a book that is very open to interpreting like because I had a completely different experience reading it the second time than the first time, but I was in a very different place emotionally the first time than the second time, and I think it's very open to imprinting what you're going through in life right then on a specific character. And I think putting it set in stone with people might make it different. Like it might lose a little bit of the
definitely. I'm also like, because Hugo and I've been watching sorry, my Wi-Fi went out. Hugo and I've been watching a lot of the like Marvel miniseries, and we were talking about how much better a lot of these stories are because they're being done through this medium, and they're not trying to put it in a 2-hour movie. They're making it 6 1-hour episodes, which I just think is such a better way to do it, because like I think with a story like this, like you need the time to sit with the characters and the things that are going on. And I think if you tried, when you try to put a book like this, which is, over 400 pages in a 2-hour film, like you're gonna lose a lot of the things that make this book powerful in the way that it was composed. You know, you're gonna
Mhm.
lose the the ambiance, you're gonna lose the character development. They're not gonna be able I don't think they're gonna show, you know, a lot of the stuff that made Addie who she became.
Yeah.
And then it's just gonna be like, you know, and they
Mhm.
keep messing up adaptations recently. I can't like they keep every time I hear there's like an adaptation coming out and then like the things that they're changing, it makes me so mad because I'm like, why are you changing that? And why are you not changing like other things? You know,
Mhm.
because one of the first streams, you know, like Bridgerton was like really big and I was like, "Oh, I'm watching this show," right? And like and then I got to the last or second to last episode or whatever, and
Yeah,
like
I know.
Bridgerton, there's a
Yeah.
rape scene in which
Yeah.
she raped her husband.
Yeah.
And that's in the book. And I didn't know that. And I didn't know
Yeah.
that was coming when I liked the show and everything.
Yeah.
And you know, they've done so many things to modernize this piece, right?
Yeah.
They're casting people of color in non-traditional roles. They're doing all these different things. They're, you know, whatever. And that's what they choose to keep in.
Yeah.
And you know, it's I'm just getting so angry at a lot of these things. Like they're
Mhm.
and they're gonna do it with this too. I can feel it in my bones. Like they're gonna take something and they're just gonna twist it and it's gonna all fall apart.
Mm.
I've been
No,
so
I agree.
impressed. So we'll
I'm
see.
scared. We're not gonna get a lot of the stuff from the past, and that's gonna be really sad.
Right. And it's just
Do
not
you
gonna be
think maybe they will adapt it as a miniseries though? I would love it as a series. I don't
It's
know.
a
Who
movie.
set as
knows?
a
'Cause if
movie at this moment.
it is set it's set as a film. Well, I guess if they have a director attached, yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably
But Evelyn Hugo, we're getting a
Woohoo.
TV series. They took it off Freeform, so I don't remember who's gonna do it.
We're
It
getting a
was
TV
originally
series of Evelyn
Evelyn
Hugo?
Hugo's doing a TV series, and it was originally gonna be on Freeform, but they pulled it. So I think Evelyn Hugo's moving to either Amazon or HBO. I don't remember.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm gonna double
Oh,
check.
I'm
Exciting.
so excited.
Blurry
Is
now.
Anxious People
That's
TV
out.
or film? I can't
It's a
remember.
TV
It's out.
show.
Hmm?
It's
It's
out.
already playing.
Oh, it's out already?
It's out on
I
Netflix
have
right
not been
now,
paying
and
attention to the world at all.
it's from Sweden, right? Like it's a Swedish production company.
Yeah, it's just and it's the same thing with Beartown.
Is Beartown out?
Nice.
It's either coming out or it is out, but it's
Because I
in
saw
Sweden.
the book cover.
Yeah, it's
it
either
might
out or coming soon, but it's in Swedish.
Where
Okay.
can we get Swedish with English subs?
I mean,
Well,
it's probably. I mean, it
Subtitles.
probably has English subtitles.
Netflix has
Oh
the
no, I
English
just was
subtitles.
wondering where can we get what platform is it on? Because I am
Netflix.
probably gonna
I don't
watch
know
it
about
tonight.
Beartown, but Anxious
Oh,
People's on
Netflix?
Netflix. Mhm.
Hell yeah. Okay.
It's on Netflix. It's a 5-episode series.
I'm so
Nice.
excited to watch it.
I'm gonna binge this.
Anxious People. Mm.
It's so
Love
good.
that book.
Oh my god, it's so good. I love slow character studies like this. I highly prefer.
No, I agree. That's why I don't know if you guys have seen the new Marvel movie. I really liked Eternals because of that.
No, I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched it yet.
I know it's more of a character study, and it definitely has like its problems. Like I understand where some people are coming from, but I really enjoyed. Oh, Beartown's on HBO, so it's out.
I guess.
Oh, HBO. Thank you.
That's funny because that's something I think that's just as I don't know. It's funny because everyone's it makes sense because everyone's all like, Eternals is way more of a DC movie than a Marvel movie. You know, it's made by Marvel, and I was like, so you're saying it's a character study?
No,
Which
Eternals is definitely a character study, and it's kind of like this where it's like you wish you saw more of like human history over time, but you understand why it got cut just because of movie time constraints.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm
give me an Eternals
enjoying
TV show.
right. I'm enjoying the more like obscure character study Marvel ones because those are incredible. Because like I was after we finished WandaVision, I was like, we've hit the point where I've read. I haven't read
Right.
anything with Eternals in it, so I am going completely new, and I'm like, I'm really appreciating that this is where we're going. Like I know some Young Avengers shit, but I don't know all of it, and I'm just very, as a comics fan, I appreciate it a lot. It's so good.
No, I hope that they, you know, do well by the book, but I am gonna be skeptical until I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I do like how every by book club meeting kind of turns into us like being a production company planning it out. We're like, okay, how are we gonna do this?
For
Right.
real.
That
Oh
also
my
like
God.
this especially with the December book,
Oh
we had
yeah.
already come up with a plan. Oh hi!
Mm. Yay. So
I
we're
hope
saying
I'm right with what our December book is. I've forgotten.
Well, our biggest fan of the
Oh yes.
I know.
I
Oh my god, I love how all three of us are like, we think this is the December.
we're all like, I think this is what we said, right?
Yeah. I
Sorry,
don't remember what it's called.
I brought it with. I have it here, but I wasn't sure that that was right, and I didn't want to be like, "Hey guys, it's our December book," and
No,
have you
it
guys
is,
be
it
like,
is.
"That's
They
not
were
our
like,
December
is
book."
it?
Hi Yasmin. Hi
Yes.
Yasmin. Hello. You just finished us talking about the entire book. But
It's okay though. How did you like it, Yasmin? What was your rating?
yeah, what's your
Yes,
thought?
Yasmin, give us your rating. We will not do anything until you tell us your rating.
You missed my rant about the 7 freckles, so
I was dying. Why do I keep going blurry? This is
I don't know. Are
really
you moving
rude.
in
the
and
camera
out?
can't catch you in high def. You're too like you've got God, what is the word? It doesn't
My
matter.
camera's trying to capture my 20 freckles.
My 20 freckles.
I don't actually know how many I have. Jana at school told me that I had freckles one time, and I don't know.
That's okay.
Yasmin, no, it's okay. How far are you? Are you liking it? Like
Did you DNF it? I can't remember.
the sass in the comments.
It's like you guys are the highlight. I love getting on here and just watching the beef go down.
I
Every
continue
week.
my channel for this.
Yasmin, no.
TBH, Yasmin, I will
Yeah.
say I do think the ending is interesting enough to put like 30% left, or that's how much you've read.
I think it's enough. If you really sit, I don't know. I thought this was going to be a slow read just based on the font, but I sped through this.
So I will say, Yasmin, I do think I think it gets better and more interesting. Like I thought, like as it goes on, it does get better, and the ending I do think was good. And I think is like the perfect way to have ended it. Of the three of us, I think I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it the least, right?
Yeah.
Would you say?
Logan
Yeah.
and Sarah like bowing down to the time it's mentioned.
I think keep reading, and I think if you hit 60% and you still aren't loving it, then maybe DNF it. But I think get a little bit over halfway and see what you think.
Yeah, because the halfway point was when I was like, at the beginning, I was like, okay, like I love this, but I also like have read stuff like this before. And then the halfway point was when I was like, this is new, this is good, we're locked and loaded.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come out of my room for a day, you know?
Well, and Yasmin, like we discussed this a bit, it is a character study, and one of the things for me was that I thought it was going to be a bit more plot driven, and that for me was like a surprise that it wasn't, and that for me is kind of why I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm loving this, but once I kind of leaned into the fact that it was more of a character study, and it's supposed to be kind of just, it's just an interesting story where like very interesting things happen, with interesting people. Once you lean into that and kind of just let the story lead it, I think you'll enjoy it a bit more.
No, I agree.
I agree with that as well. I fully agree. So speaking of attachments, the December book.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Speaking of attachments, the December book.
I don't know what that means, but I'm just
I have attachments to this.
I'm very attached to this book as
I'm
well.
very curious about it.
Okay, listen, I hear it's better.
Okay. I mean, I trust them.
Okay, in the most like just like very like subtle way without spoil. Okay, wait, no. Let's say what the book is before I say.
We're spending 5 minutes talking about it, not saying what it is.
I know. My one statement is I'm curious to see if there's going to be bi rep in it.
Why wouldn't there be?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm so confused.
I can't talk about it without spoiling it.
Wait.
What?
No, I can't. Just show the book and you'll just think, okay, it's a sequel. In December, we're reading a sequel.
Oh, okay. So you're like,
Do you
we
see
know
what I
this
mean? But like, there's
I
that.
bet you're sarcastic.
I don't have my copy yet. We're reading A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green.
The sequel to An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. So
By Hank Green.
By Hank Green. Maybe
Our
we can
biggest
bully
fan.
him onto Alive in the second one.
Oh my God, Hank!
I'm so
That was
angry.
so fast.
Fast.
That was so good.
So I hear, for those who read the first one with us, I have been told that the sequel, any questions that were unanswered in the first one, the sequel will answer all questions. That's what I've heard.
Hank, you make
Okay,
us blush.
so whoever, here's the thing. Oh, but also though, quick question. Who can I pay you to keep this account going? And who, whose channel was our vlog of the first one on?
I think it was Emily's.
I don't remember. Is it yours?
Let me check.
Or was it yours, Logan? It wasn't mine.
It's probably, I'm gonna laugh if it's mine. I'm gonna laugh really hard if it's mine because I don't pay attention.
It wasn't me, because I did Perfect
Then it was
Adaptation,
Logan.
The Wicker King, My Lady's Choosing, Evelyn Hugo.
Wait, is it not mine?
It was me. It
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
okay, you can go back a couple of months and watch our first one for context if you want on my channel. But it's just, yeah, so we have had multiple Hank Green cameos, so let's unite. We have a month. Let's bully this man. I'll be going back to Montana. Maybe I can stalk him and get him on. Let's do this. We're gonna bully the real Hank Green onto our channel. We're gonna,
As we should.
it's the way to do it.
But the absolutely we'll reread My Lady's Choosing for
Everyone
Hank.
go rewatch that stream on my channel right now. I need watch time. Thank you.
We're gonna go reread My Lady's Choosing.
It's like an hour and a half of peak comedy content.
Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Kelsey?
Oh, I don't remember. About the book? I was just shocked that
That's
Hank Green lore. Oh yeah, because we had, that was the
guys, there's Bible Club lore. There's lore.
Oh my God.
As Hank
This is
Green.
the buy. I'm just saying, the Buy Book Club cinematic universe is just it requires absolute reading and having seen every stream.
The BBCCU.
Okay, can we have merch that says BBCCU? Can we do this in the new
When
year?
is the merch getting released? I have some more ideas.
When are we gonna do this?
haven't talked about merch in so long.
In like 4 months.
Also, I updated my website, so it's like it can be sent to employers now, so we can post the Buy Book Club website.
Let's
it
do
used
it.
to be people would go to it, and then if you went to the main one, it was just my face. But my resume's on there now, so you can hire me.
So on the New Year's, on our New Year's stream, let's I don't know, let's set some New Year's shit. Let's do it and
this marks our first book of Buy Book Club Volume 2, because we just had our 1-year birthday. So
you're right.
Buy Volume 2. You better get your shit together, camera.
Maybe I'll crochet some Buy Book Club merch, and then y'all can just buy it off my Etsy.
Yeah,
honestly,
BBCCU Phase 2 launching with this one.
This was a powerful launch.
Very powerful launch, I'm gonna say.
I love it. Y'all are the best.
So are you. We love you. Okay, so yeah, we're doing this. Read it with us. You got it.
It's a sequel. It's pretty long, so
How many pages?
Over 400. It's longer than Addie Larue.
It's longer than Addie?
It's 450.
Oh, okay, so it's like 8 pages longer than Addie.
Like the same length. I'm sorry, I take it back.
Oh, okay.
Look, if you convince me to make an OnlyFans, I'll give it to you. We can make a Buy Book Club OnlyFans with just feet pics.
One of the only shirts at the Redbubble store that we made is just your foot on Dame Judi Dench. Like I was going through it the other day.
Okay. Anyway, though. Eight words. So yeah, we're doing sequel.
Yes, and I am struggling. I don't know how to fix this. If anyone's very techie and knows, oh, thanks. I just had to kick it.
I just had to kick it.
I dropped the book against it and it worked.
That's so funny.
He dedicated it to his wife.
Oh, that's so cute. So are we talking the official announcement or when it actually
if we're talking about like from like life events, then this is phase 3. Don't move. Oh, nice. From yearly. It's volume 2.
Okay. So.
This is your channel.
Oh, that's true.
Go ahead, Logan. What do you got?
I don't know. We've got this. Let's do it.
I know. If you haven't, I would not recommend reading the December book if you haven't read the first book. This is our first time reading a sequel, so we're gonna see how it goes.
So what we're saying is, you have homework. Don't fuck it up.
But also, the first, an absolutely remarkable thing, is shorter than the sequel, and it's really freaking good. I'm just saying, like, everyone should read it. And then they should also read this book with us. And if you do, I will give you a cookie.
And maybe we'll get the Discord server going again.
Oh, the Discord.
Yikes. If anyone wants to, like... If anyone wants to get the Discord bopping, go ahead.
Yasmin, stop spreading lies. It doesn't work.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's reading for a cookie.
Right.
Yeah, Yasmin, finish Addie Larue. Then maybe I'll feed you.
So, Miriam wants to know if we have any other ideas for next year already.
Oh, for next year.
We discussed them.
I can show a book that I want to read next year that came in the mail a few days ago.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, did you get a physical arc instead of a?
It released. It's out.
It is released.
My pre-order came in.
Okay. That's our are we doing that January? Is that January?
Yeah, we can do January. Do you want to see?
Oh, it's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's so pretty.
It's so cute. Yes, you do.
All
okay,
right.
so yeah,
everyone who's on the stream gets a sneak peek to January's book.
Yeah, everyone watching gets a sneak peek. I haven't read this book since like June. So I'm very excited to see if my opinion holds up on it. But I'm pretty sure.
I'm very excited to read it. I'm so excited to
It'll be our third Sophie Gonzalez book.
Sophie and Kale, they're gonna get on the stream. I'm gonna harass them.
Just
please.
Saying.
I'll cry if Sophie Gonzalez. We will hype up this live. Yeah, I'm just saying, like we gotta get Sophie Gonzalez. I need everyone, everyone at Hank Green and Sophie Gonzalez. Tell them about us. Tell them how much you love us and how much it would mean if they said, "Hey."
Damn it, Sophie. Yeah, it's Sophie and Kale. I never learned how to say your last name, and at this point, I'm too embarrassed to try.
I think it's Dietrich.
Dietrich? That sounds really right. Dietrich?
So, yeah, it's about a pop star?
Yeah, they're 2 boys in a boy band.
Isn't it? It's One Direction fanfic, but like good, right?
It's not, because they're very like specific about not calling it that. But it appeals to people to which I would make that comparison. You know, like if 2 boys in a boy band started dating.
Okay, cool.
It also just tackles like just the music industry and how that could impact people. Especially like young men like trying to like just it's like Big Time Rush.
Okay. Big Time Rush. Yeah, I expect no less from Sophie. She owns me, especially.
This is my favorite Sophie
Gonzalez book. We can only assume it's going to be even better, and we loved Perfect on Paper.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I'm very excited.
I
All
know. I
right.
don't know about any of our plans for the new year though.
Yeah, I think I want to get the Discord going again. Like, so if anyone wants to, you know, Logan, do you have the link linked below or not?
I can put it in the. I'll put it linked below.
I'm just thinking,
It's
like, if,
also it's linked in our Instagram bio, I think.
yeah, so
Can I-
just like head
yeah.
over to the Discord and hit us up.
It's linked in my other videos. It's linked in any other video I've done. I just didn't put a description into this yet, so I'm
Oh
doing it.
yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah, because I made this link 0.5 hours.
It's on our Instagram.
There you go.
so head on over and say hey and all that jazz.
Join us. Is that? Are we done? Is that it? Do you think?
That's it.
That was all our announcements.
All right. See you next month.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging. Bye. Happy Christmas and holidays and everything.
We don't have the power to end it.
I accidentally left the studio instead of ending the podcast. It's fine.